Good evening, everybody, or if you're watching a replay, maybe it's the morning, but thank you for spending your time with us tonight. And we are excited, although it is so dark outside here in Arizona already at 6 o'clock. But we're excited that you guys are here to join us to learn more about LifeWave and the power of our patches. So I want to introduce Christy. Christy, I have known exactly for a year now, as I started November 4th, a year ago, and learned about these crazy patches and how wonderful they are. And so Christy has been a great leader for all of us, setting the tone, setting the culture and everything for our team. But what she's going to do tonight is teach you about the technology, about the medical, the science, all of that. And then we're going to open it up for questions. So Christy is our presidential director, and we're super excited that she's going to be sharing with all of this tonight. So take it away, Christy.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Renata. And just such an honor and privilege to be doing this with all of you, Team Freedom, because we're just all about helping people have a better quality of life, have more options and more freedom, whether that's pain or time or financial freedom. So Renata, you're doing great things all over the globe. And gosh, so exciting watching you and your team grow, and congratulations on your new manager today. So exciting up in Canada. And so you definitely are having a global cell phone business, sharing this incredible technology with people, and just, we call it patching it forward here. And so a lot of times what happens is people use the technology, they love what it's doing for their body and the way they feel and look, and then they just want to share it with other people and patch it forward. So if you're a guest here tonight, thank you so much for joining us. Anytime I have an opportunity to share this incredible company and technology, I'm always honored and blessed. So thanks for your time. And if you're a brand partner, thank you so much for plugging in and joining and sharing with other people. So again, my name is Christy Chapman. I live in Queen Creek, Arizona, and I stumbled across this technology. I'm very grateful I did over 2 years ago because I hurt my foot. I've been in the industry of MLM, which I like to call it making lives matter, because that's what this industry is about, is just helping people in a unique way. And I wasn't looking for anything, but the patches found me. So I hurt my foot. A friend and business partner of mine shared this technology with me because he hurt his shoulder and his back. And a friend shared with him because she started using them for lack of sleep. As a matter of fact, she had chronic, insomnia, and she was having physical health problems because of that, almost to the point where she was, well, not almost, she was in the hospital several different times because she thought she was having a heart attack. That's how severe it was. And this technology came into her life and helped her. So she shared with my friend that shared with me. And so I used the patch on my foot, and within a couple hours, it doesn't always happen like that for everybody, but my foot pain started to go away to the point where I was able to walk on it, and I was able to go to the gym the next day, which I was off of my foot for 2 weeks prior to that. So I was excited, and I was pretty curious. I was like, okay, what is this? Because you guys, it's just really like a Band-Aid. It's a circle that's about the size of a quarter, put it right on my point of pain, and it piqued my curiosity. And I was turning 51 at the time, and I learned about age reversal. So who doesn't like that? And it's not just the vanity, hair, skin, and nails, it's what's going on the inside. So anything I can do to slow down the signs of aging, I'm great with that. And I did some research, and I learned about David, our CEO. He's also a scientist. He's the inventor of this technology, and he's an incredible human being. And so if you haven't taken a look at this link yet, I want to advise you to do that. And you can see David's heart on there as well. There's lots of different videos, but watch the 3-minute What is Phototherapy video. It's on frequencypatchesinfo.com. And maybe one of my friends can put that in the chat, frequencypatchesinfo.com. Watch that 3-minute video, how this technology works, but then you can see a little bit more about David. But I did my due diligence. I looked at a bunch of testimonies, and I said, you know what? I know people that could use this. I know people in pain. Not that we're going to claim that we can cure anything or treat anything, but I know people with illnesses. I know people that have a hard time sleeping. I know people that need energy, that would like better performance at the gym, etc. The list goes on and on. So decided to start sharing with my friends and family, and it just started growing organically. And then 4 months later, my son, which this is a picture of him, he was 18 at the time, and he got in a horrible motorcycle accident. And I knew right then and there that I needed to get this technology on him. And that is why I'm with this company and forever grateful for it. We got that phone call no parent wants to get when we were in Las Vegas. Said, come home now. I don't know if your son is going to make it. He's in a coma. He was in a horrible accident. So we immediately went to the hospital. We found out that he had several strokes. He was fully geared and it wasn't his fault. He was cut off and threw 50 feet. And the helmet damaged his artery, which caused several strokes. He had a traumatic brain injury and a brain bleed. In addition, he shattered his knee, tore every tendon and ligament in his knee. They didn't know if they'd be able to repair it and he'd be able to walk properly again or walk up the stairs or live a quality of life with his leg. He shattered his wrist. The doctor said it was like dust, 5 broken ribs, bruised liver, collapsed lungs, and he had COVID going in. So this is the COVID ICU unit, say that fast. And then he also got MRSA and pneumonia. So he had 4 things that really could have taken him out of here, but God had a different plan for my son. So we patched and prayed. Luckily, the doctor said, yes, put the patches on him. She already knew about it because somebody was brave enough to share with Andrew's doctor 2 years prior because her daughter needed this technology. So the doctor knew it wasn't going to interfere with any medication and it wasn't going to interfere or go into his bloodstream because it's not transdermal, non-transdermal here. So we went ahead and patched him and we prayed a lot. After 2.5 weeks, he got out of his coma. His face was droopy because of the stroke and he couldn't move his left side of his body. But slowly and surely, he started moving. His face became normal again. He started learning how to walk again. My son had a total of 10 surgeries while he was, well, some of them were in the hospital, some were outpatient, but a total of 10 in a 1.5 year span. But at 2 months, after 2 months, and did some inpatient therapy, he was able to live on his own like in his apartment with our assistants, my husband and I's assistants. At month 4, he was completely on his own. He said, Mom, Dad, I got this. And he did have neuropathy and he had drop foot, which means, well, many of you know what neuropathy is, but his drop foot, he had to wear a brace that they thought he'd have to have for the rest of his life. And it was on his left foot. But at month 4, he got rid of that brace and he no longer needed it. And of course, he did a lot of work. This was a lot of will on my son's part to get back to a new normal life. And then at the 6-month mark, he went to this treatment that was in outpatient. It was very extensive with 3 other men. And he was the worst going in and he was the best coming out. At 6 months, he was done, which some of them had to continue. And he was working, he was driving, he was thriving. He didn't get addicted to pain medicine. He didn't go into a depression. And this has almost been a 2-year journey for us coming up in December. And Andrew is pretty much back to his new normal. You know, he's about 90–95% there. And he's living life. He wants to go snowboarding this fall. He can run, he can jump on a trampoline, he can use his wrist fully. And so we're just very, very grateful. And the only doctor he sees now is his primary doctor, family doctor. And he said, you know, Andrew, you're a miracle. I've been in this business or industry for years, and I've never seen anybody survive what you went through. And I've never seen anybody survive and come out like you did. Like, you are a true miracle. Do you think it's your mom's patches that helped you? And my son said yes. And of course, prayers as well. And the doctors were amazing. So this is why I'm eternally grateful for this technology, and I will never stop sharing. So I've seen small and large miracles happen. I've seen people go from being in the bed to now thriving and out and about. I've seen people get rid of walkers, canes, wheelchairs. I've seen people prevent surgeries and heal quick from surgeries and so much more. So tonight we're going to talk about the introduction to LifeWave. So the products, the science, and the only thing I'm going to say about the business is if you're the kind of person that likes to use products and share them with people, you might want to just take a look at the business. It could help you pay for your patches. It could help you pay for your mortgage and so much more. The sky's the limit. I know for me, I'm very grateful that 4 months I did share this organically. And it allowed me to be at my son's bedside and never have to worry about bills during my son's hospital visits, or his hospital stay, and his outpatient rehab. I was there every single day for him, and this income provided for us. So very grateful for that. So LifeWave, let's just get right into this. So LifeWave is both a technology and a brand. And I will tell you, this company's been around for 20 years. It'll be 20 years coming up in 2004 or 2024. We started in 2004. And a lot of people had not heard about it yet until this amazing patch came out, and it's called X39. X39 is the patch that we're going to focus on today. We have 10 other patches, and we also have some other products in addition to our patch technology, but X39 is our main patch, and this is where we're going to start. And this is our stem cell patch that came out, or we should call it a universal cell patch. It came out in 2019. And that's when it really started kicking off, because we're a global company. We're in about 100 different countries, but America, you know, we're kind of, we like our big pharma, right? Well, we don't like it, but we use it quite a bit. And as a matter of fact, 80% of all big pharma used, or all prescriptions used, are coming from the United States, which is a sad story. And like the average person in America is on 6 medications. And so we definitely have a better way here. So X39 is taking the world by storm, and especially in the United States, we're growing like month after month after month, we're growing. And when we started with X39 in 2019, we were at about 45 million in sales. And those sales just represent lives being changed. And today, by the end of this year, we're going to be almost to $1 billion in sales, which is truly incredible. And that just means, again, that we're changing a lot of people's lives. So we're going to be a worldwide household name. This will be a brand that you're going to hear about. And we're going to be known going forward as a technology company, because our CEO has plans in the future that's going to far go beyond what this little patch can do. And he has some pretty special things up his sleeve. So if you go to that frequencypatches.com, info.com, you can see a little bit more of David's heart and his vision for this company. The patches are innovative, they're unique, and it's a cutting edge technology. You will not see this anywhere else. Phototherapy is what we're using. So again, when you go to that short video, what is phototherapy? It can show how this works, but we call it photobiomodulation. So you're simply going to put this patch on your skin. There's going to be low levels of light and heat coming from your own body. It's called infrared light and heat. We all have it, and it's going to radiate in and out of these patches, activating these organic crystals and telling your body to do what it is designed to do naturally. And so photobiomodulation simply means we're using light and heat in your body to create a change. And this definitely is the tool to provide that signal. Well, we talked about everything has its organic crystals. So let's go to the next one. A lot of you have heard of acupuncture, and this is like acupuncture to go, or acupatching. So every one of this is called a sleeve. So this is a 30-day supply of X39. And every sleeve comes with a brochure, and it's going to tell you where to put the patches. It's on the back of the brochure, and they're always clinical trials, third-party double-blind clinical trials, and they're always on acupuncture points, okay? So now, if you're in pain, though, we recommend that if you're in pain, give me something, say, yes, I'm in pain, or something in the chat, because there's so many people that have pain. If you're in pain, you're going to want to put this on the points of pain, just like I did on my foot. Okay, and you're going to wear it for 12 hours. You're going to wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off, and you're going to hydrate and drink lots of water. Okay, at least half your body weight in water. If you drink alcohol and caffeine, it's okay, but just make sure that you're drinking even more water so that you can move the energy throughout the body. We are not FDA registered because we don't have to be. We're not a food or a drug. However, we are regulated by a FDA facility. And we are registered as a Class 1 medical device, which simply means it's like a Band-Aid. So if you can wear a Band-Aid, you can wear our patches. And even if there's a small percentage, if there's an allergic reaction to the adhesive, you can actually put this on your skin, or I'm sorry, on your clothes. Because remember, we're talking phototherapy. It can go through hair. It can go through fur if you decide to pat your pet. It can go through the collar if you tape the patch on your pet's collar. It can go through clothing. So you can put it on the inside of your clothes and the patch will work just fine. This says we have over 80 third-party double-blind clinical trials. There's well over 138 is the last I've heard. And David keeps expanding upon that because he wants to make sure that when we are sharing this technology, that we know deep down in our heart that we have the clinical trials, we have the papers, we have the proof that these products work. And anything that David brings to us in the future, he is going to have all that proof for us. So I know when I put this patch on my foot, I was like, maybe this is a woo-woo effect. Maybe this is just that placebo effect. And I'm just thinking that it's helping my foot. But then when I dug deeper and I learned that it's really clinically proven to activate your own stem cells in 24 hours, I realized, okay, we're on to something here. And what I love, there's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. So you're gonna, those of you that are struggling with energy, you're gonna have that energy without stimulants. I don't drink coffee anymore. It's not like coffee's bad, but it was kind of what I was putting in my coffee, if you understand what I'm saying, that I'm just trying to eliminate. And so I don't need it anymore because I have plenty of energy and I sleep like a baby at night. We're manufactured in Ireland, and we do have, again, a facility on the East Coast too, but most of it is coming from Ireland. And the reason for that is David wanted to make sure that we are never on back order. We have enough patches that could sustain a $2 billion business. So imagine the lives being changed when we hit the $2 billion mark. So we have plenty of patches for everybody, and that's over there in the beautiful country of Ireland. And this says that we have 130 patents. Well, we are at 180 patents now. David can get some pretty record-breaking patents because he can prove this technology works so quickly. Oh, well, let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, so okay, the less stem cell activity we have, the slower we heal and the faster we age. This is why I believe that every single person over the age of 25 definitely needs to be on this technology, because you just never know. God forbid if you get injured or an accident or something where you really need those stem cells to be activated. And so again, the less stem cell activity you have, the slower you heal and the faster you age. So let's all improve that area. I have to keep moving around my thing here. Okay, so what are stem cells? Stem cells are a neutral cell. And so every cell in your body, when you were born, it started as a stem cell. So your organs started as a stem cell, your eyes, every single organ in your body started as a stem cell. And stem cells can become any kind of cell that your body needs, and their patches will provide the signal. So a lot of times we tell people, and this is clinically proven, that the patches work for 70% of the people in the first 30 days. Now, the other 30% may need to give it a month for every decade that you are, or give it about 6 to 8 months. And the reason for that is you might be looking for your knee to get better, and you have knee pain or discomfort, and you're trying to avoid surgery. But there might be something going on in your organs or inside your body, inflammation in the blood, or something going on where the stem cells are going to go where your body needs it first. So please give yourself the respect and the technology, the respect that it deserves, and give it a month for every decade that you are. So example, I'm 35, or no, I'm 35. I have dyslexia. I'm 53. I always say I'm 35. I'm 53, so you definitely want to give it a month for every decade. So that'd be about 5 or 6 months. Okay. So, but when you're 25, did you know that you are drastically reducing your stem cells? And when you are 35, you only have 50% left. Okay. So that's why everybody needs to activate their stem cells. When you get to be 60, which I'm closer to 60 than 35, you only have 10% of your stem cells activated. So this is why we all need to be patching. And X39 is the world's first and only stem cell therapy that activates and regenerates our own cells to a younger state. So it's very important. When I said that we need to wear them for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, we want to activate our stem cells for 12 hours, and then we want to rest for 12 hours. So it's equally as important that we're activating 12 during the day, preferably drink lots of water, and then rest for 12 hours. Some people think, well, I'm just going to wear it for, 4 days. And that's not doing your body justice. The clinical trials, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And then what's really cool about this, if you haven't done this, go Google GHKCU. So inside this, this patch here, the X39, there's organic crystals, and it's going to stimulate the skin, again, through phototherapy, and tell your body and your brain to activate a copper peptide called GHKCU. Now, this copper peptide, when you Google it, you'll find all the different things that it does, but this is the holy mother grail of age reversal. And again, it's not just the vanity, it's what's going on the inside. So my naturopath doctor said that my organs are like a teenager. I get a full blood panel done every 6 months, and they're like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because your organs are amazing. And it's definitely affordable. I have done a lot of transfer spending, meaning I invest in these patches, which X39 comes out to less than $4 a day. So I'm investing in my health, and I'm saving on a bunch of other different things, like my eyesight's better, my gums are better. I don't have to go to the dentist every 3 months. I'm not at the doctor all the time trying to get, things balanced in my body. I don't drink caffeine anymore. I'm activating my own collagen, so I don't have to drink expensive collagen that a lot of times isn't doing what it says it's going to do. And it's ethical. It's nobody else's stem cells. My daughter's with the company, and I remember she said to me, "Mom, whose stem cells are in these patches?" And I said, "No, honey, it's activating your own stem cells. So it's definitely ethical and requires no injections." So I told you my son had 10 surgeries. If I were to tell him that I was going to put acupuncture on him and put needles on him, he'd say, "Forget it, Mom." But this requires no needles. So he was A-okay with that. Here's a few things. Now, there's over 40 blanketed benefits to activating your own stem cells. I have personally experienced all of these and then some. The number one thing we help with is a reduction of pain and inflammation, which is huge. And I believe because of our food and our environment and the water we drink, a lot of us have inflammation. So this can drastically reduce that. Wound healing and skin remodeling. I've had that too. If you have any old or new scars, take pictures, because they will fade. I promise you. So take pictures so you have that proof. And then energy and vitality. Again, this is at the cellular level. And when you can move energy at the cellular level in your body, that's going to allow for healing as well. And again, you don't need outside stimulants if you are using this technology. And you'll have plenty of energy throughout the day. And restorative sleep. That's one of the most important things you can give your body is sleep. If you were to pick between sleep, exercise, and eat right, sleep is the number one important thing, because that's where your body's going to heal and rejuvenate itself. And enhance sports performance, especially if you're over the age of 50. I love the results at the gym. You're going to have better stamina at the gym. You're going to be able to work out longer and stronger. You're going to recover much quicker. You're not going to be as sore the next day. As a matter of fact, sometimes you're going to think, wow, did I really even do a workout yesterday? And so you're going to heal much, much quicker, and you're going to get results like you did when you were in your 20s and 30s again. Cognitive and brain health and brain fog. Boy, do we have a lot of that going on out there. and definitely improve with that. And vascular health, reducing blood pressure. I've seen people with doctors, under doctor supervision, get to lower their blood pressure medicine and completely get off, as well as cholesterol medicine, which is really cool. And this is one of my favorite things. It provides age reversal of more than 4,000 of your gene expressions to a younger state. So again, that's what's going on the inside. So this is a third of your gene expressions to a younger state. And David has things coming out in the future that's going to increase that to more than half of our gene expressions to a younger state. So if you've ever wanted to live healthy over 100, come join our journey, because it is definitely going to happen here. So pictures are worth 1,000 words. So here's some pictures I'm going to share with you. Shoulder surgery. I know many of us have to have surgeries, or we know people that have surgeries. If they do, they're going to heal much, much quicker with this technology. So this is only 2 weeks, and look at that scar. It's incredible. The middle one was an accident, and the parents are patching with us. And the doctor said this injury actually went all the way through the hand. And they said, you know, we might have to amputate your son's hand. And they said, no, please sew it up the best you can. We're going to put this technology on him. And I'm sure they prayed. And if you look in the lower right-hand corner, 63 days, you guys, in no pain medicine, and he has full function in his hand. You can barely see a scar there. I can't even see it, actually. So that's incredible. And this is my friend's husband's knee. He did have to have knee surgery. He's almost 80. And remember, the older we are, the less stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower we heal. Well, this is 5 weeks post-surgery. He has full function in his knee, and his scar looks absolutely incredible. Let's see what else we got going here with my friend that went snowboarding. And, you know, he's young, so he already has stem cells going on in his body. He's 22 years old. He's going to start reducing them at 25. So when he started using this technology, it went directly to the injury on his face. And within 5 days, you can barely even see that he was in a snowboarding accident. And I know he was very grateful because he had a job interview. I think it was on day 3. And so I'm sure he was very grateful for this technology. And this older gentleman, almost 80 years old, slipped and fell, hit his head on the counter. And look at the bumps, bruises, and cuts on his face. Plus, take a look at the inflammation in his jawline and the wrinkles on his face. And 7 weeks later, it looks like his younger brother, honestly. It doesn't even look like the same person. And all the bumps, scratches, and bruises are gone and scrapes. I love that. Okay, this is a young lady here. She's almost 80 years old, but look at how she's glowing. And the 111s that she has on her forehead, they've almost vanished, but you can just tell, look at her neck and the appearance of her skin. We say when it starts to show on the outside that all is going well on the inside. So she looks absolutely beautiful. And this young lady here with the acne scars, I'm sure we know people with acne scars. And because she's young, it only took her 3 weeks for her to heal the acne scars on her face. She looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, I shared with you that you wear the patches for 12 hours. And if you have furry friends at home like I do, you can, doesn't matter how young or old, my dog isn't even a year old yet, and he's been patching since I got him. And you can take the patch off of you, the X39 off of you at night. And in the next day in the morning, you can tape it on the inside of their collar. And what is this going to do for them? Well, it's going to help them with age reversal from the inside out. It's also going to help them with any injuries or repairs that need to happen with the body. I have, to this date, saved a few dogs' lives. They were supposed to be put to sleep because they couldn't walk anymore. I've saved a dog from having an $8,000 surgery. My own dog had he was spayed, and the next day, I'm not kidding, he was up running around, and I couldn't let him do it because he just got spayed. By day 4, though, he was completely off all of his meds, because they send you home with a bunch of meds, and off of his meds, running around. His stitches were completely healed, and he was A-okay. And this little kitty here, they wanted to amputate her arm, and they no longer had to amputate the kitten's arm. They actually saved that cat's arm, which is cool. And you're going to notice a lot of athletes are using our technology. Just keep an eye out for it, for that little sticker, either on their neck, or a lot of times people will wear our energy enhancers on below their shoulders. And so just keep an eye out on that, because it's definitely helping our athletes with their performance as well. So it's catching wind out there, and just an exciting technology to share with people. So now I'm going to bring up some friends of mine, and we're going to share some stories. So Debbie Steele, would you like to share your story first, please? By the way, if you're a guest, please put your name in the chat and who invited you. And if you have any questions, please put those in the chat as well. Thank you. All right, Debbie.
Hello, everybody. So glad you're here. Yeah, so my testimony, I've got several of them. I've been on them for a year and a half, and well, a little longer than that now. But I continuously find new things going on, so which is so exciting. So when Chrissy said, give it the respect it deserves, keep using it, because it will continue to help, because we just don't know what the stem cells are doing. So I started a little over a year and a half ago because I had restless legs. I've had it my whole life, but for some reason I had a terrible flare-up. And I saw Christy's amazing testimony about Andrew on Facebook. So I figured if the patches could help help her son, surely, maybe it could help me, and I should try it out. So if you don't know what restless leg is, it's a miserable sensation that you have to keep moving your leg. And because of that, it's hard to sit, it's hard to travel, really hard to sleep. And I was not sleeping much. So I was happy to try the patches. And after 4 or 5 weeks, I started feeling some relief, started sleeping well, and just noticed, an increase in energy. My workouts were getting better. Now, after a year and a half, my workouts are just so much easier, like back 10 years ago when I used to work out. So it makes it a lot easier to go to the gym when you actually feel like going to the gym. So the restless legs got better. My migraines are better. I haven't had to take migraine medicine in months, which is a blessing, because that medication gives me really bad side effects. But when I'm really sick with a migraine, I have no choice. But if I do get a migraine, I use some other patches called LifeWave on my temples, and they really helps to get rid of the migraines. My back pain is better, which again helps me to get to the gym because my back doesn't hurt. Age reversal, which I love, and I can't wait for the new technology to come out. But my eyebrows are coming in dark. They were gray, and now they're coming in dark, which is really exciting. A lot of people's hair is coming in dark again, so that's just so cool. And then age reversal again, the latest thing for me, which is such a blessing, is my skin. I've been suffering for the last few years with old skin that the doctors say, and that there's nothing you can do about it. And what it is when you bump something, and it's just those nasty, ugly bruises that you see a lot of old people with. I started bruising really bad, and the doctor said there's nothing you can do. And after a couple of months, I noticed my arms weren't bruising. And so I deliberately tried, I scratched it with my nail, thinking it would bruise, and nothing has happened. And there's been several times when I would hit a door or something, I would go, oh my gosh, but there's nothing on my arm. So that in itself is such a blessing. I can't even tell you. And I was in the dermatology just a few weeks ago, and I was telling them about it. And they said, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. And I said, yes, there is. So she was excited to learn more about the patches. So if you're on the patches, keep patching, because you will continuously find blessings that continue to come. So I'm a forever lifer, or I'm a forever patcher.
Absolutely. I love it. Forever life waiver.
There you go. I'll go a day without it anyways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can't tell you how many of my LifeWave friends that have unfortunately injured themselves. And whether it's, twisted ankle or a cut or a burn or oh my gosh, this one gentleman, I will post him in our testimonial group. If you're not in our testimonial group, get in there, have the person that invited you invite you to this testimonial group. It's called Living Healthy with Me. But his before and after picture is unbelievable. It's less than 30 days, but he had already been patching. So he had already been activating his stem cells. And so he healed so quickly. And the picture is unbelievable. I will post it tomorrow morning so you guys can see it. Some of you may have seen it already, but it's just unbelievable. Okay, so Cassie, why don't you share your story, please? You might be one of my friends that cut themselves.
Yeah, and that was very recent. So a little background, I am 34 years young. I am one of the younger ones here, but I've done a lot of work on my body before. I was a gymnast. I am a chef, hence the cut story that will be coming. And I first started getting into this. Actually, I met Christy at the dentist for probably the same thing with the gums. And she told me about this patch. I don't know if I wasn't ready to hear in that moment, but I was like, oh, okay. And I just kind of took it and I wore it and I was like, okay, cool. And then I have a lovely friend, Barbie, who is on this team, and she was talking about these patches. Well, months later, I started having significant hair loss. And at my age, I was like, what is going on? I've been tested. I've had blood work. They couldn't find anything what was going on. And I was like, it has to be something cellular. And I am also, not only do I have a degree in culinary, but I have a degree with holistic. And so me living a holistic life, I do not like to use big pharma medicine, and that is just my lifestyle. And I am very happy I found this technology because it allows me to still continue that lifestyle. And has improved my lifestyle dramatically. And I didn't know all of this when I started. So I was like, I'll just try. I'll go to the a Zoom testimony just like this, and then a live one just like this. And I was I'm like, okay, let's try it. I was still skeptical. So the first thing after I got a few of those patches, I actually tried it out on my husband. So recently we were in a very bad car accident, and I broke my tailbone. I had lower lumbar, herniated discs in the lower lumbar. My husband's shoulder was completely thrown. My husband's a big dude, military, and now he's in DOC, so he has a very active lifestyle too. He could not do a push-up or bench press anything, and he used to work out with us all the time at the gym, and he was just one of those active guys. And I put it on his shoulder. I was like, just try this out, see if it works. Like, I don't know yet. Let's see. And not even in 10 minutes, this guy did a push-up and he's like, whoa, it's not painful anymore. And immediately his pain, he's like, I don't have any pain in my shoulder. I was like, interesting. And then he went to the gym and started not only bench pressing with one big plate on each side too. So he's like, he got his vitality back. He's like, I'm sold. And I was like, I'm sold because you actually believe in something. My husband's one of those guys that's like, none of this stuff, like, don't get into any more things. And then he likes this, and he is now a rep here too. So they did say to keep a journal log of all the things that you find. I did not do that, but I can tell you there's many. So recently my astigmatism went away. Don't have that anymore. So it's great. I can drive at night without glasses. And I have a lot of really great sleep, visual dreams. My hair is now growing back. It's full, it's shiny, it's not dry anymore. And the length in the matter, like, it was like up to here when I first joined, and that was in May, and now it's way down there. And I was like, yay, long hair. I used to have a cyst right here in my eyebrow, or some calcium deposit. That's gone now. Don't know if it's the patch or if it just decided to dissolve on its own, but I'm gonna just assume it's because I started wearing the patches right on the third eye at night. My workouts are much better. I do not have any pain now in my lower back and my hips. and then this finger cut. So recently, it's really bad lighting, but I sliced my finger at work, and it almost, if I went just a tad deeper, it could have been completely off. Lost my nerve ending issues and everything, and it was disgusting. That was the first time for me. I just recently had the stitches out. I do have pictures that I am going to be uploading into the testimonial group, because just even in 1 day after having the stitches out and putting that patch on, I'm starting to regain feeling in the tip of my finger. It's a little bit, but it's some. And the where the stitches are, like, a lot of my skin has smoothed out now. So it's just wonderful. I am no longer on allergy meds. That was the one pill I had to take, because if I didn't, I'd start wheezing out in Arizona dry dust. I have been almost off of allergy pills for since, I want to say, June of this year. So I don't have to take those anymore. Somehow that helped me a lot. And yes, energy, lots of different things. And I think the list will still continue as I use them. And my skin, I'm a really bad picker. I get anxious and I do the anxious picking. The scars of that is now gone. So I'm like, yay. I like it. Vanity and health and all of the things. I love it all.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. And you still have like about 50% of your stem cells, and look at all that you have improved on. And I'm so grateful that you already helped your stem cells activate before you cut your finger. So no more testing out the patches, Cassie. They work. We know they work. So
They work.
yeah. No more testing them out. So Diane, thank you for sharing so much. Diane, would you share for us, please?
Yeah, hi, Christy and everybody.
Hi.
Great and good presentation. I love it. Anyway, I'm still fairly new at this. I've only been using the patches for about 7 weeks. And the first thing I noticed was much improved sleep. I was just dealing with anxiety wake-ups multiple times a night, and they're gone now totally. I'm getting up less times, maybe once, to go to the bathroom. Sometimes sleeping right through. Much better energy. I wasn't taking afternoon naps. I'm 77, so you cut me a little bit of slack here. But no more naps. I have a lot more energy. But something that Debbie just said, I didn't realize, because I was getting those red breezes like old people get, right? And I haven't had any. I just realized that just now. So, and little things, I've been struggling for years with dry eyes. I've used all sorts of drops. The eye doctor prescribed some. They were horrible. They burned my eyes, so I stopped using them. And but now I'm not using any. My eyes don't feel dry and sticky. And I've been dealing, even when I lived in Washington State, I was dealing with that. And I've been here in Arizona for 2 years, so I was blaming it on the temperatures. But and so those are about the ones that really stand out right now. I'm still hoping, that's only been 7 weeks, so I'm quite okay with waiting for more serious results, I guess you would call, right?
Wait, now, didn't your daughter say something about your...
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. So my daughter, if any of you have daughters, sometimes I was talking to Debbie about this. Sometimes the daughter turns into the mom, and mom turns into the errant daughter, right? So in a tone like this, my daughter, Leah, she says, "Mom, have you been using Botox?" In a very accusatory tone, right? And I said, "No." "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I am. I think it might be the X39, So she'll be coming to Debbie's patch party tomorrow night with me.
I absolutely love that. I love that. And you're a personal trainer. And so are you noticing some improvement in your recovery time and even strength at the gym?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely recovery time. Less soreness between workouts. When I do to go to the gym, I lift pretty heavy, and I have for years. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping eyesight will get back to where it should be. Hearing, you know, maybe get rid of the hearing aids, those kinds of things.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, for my eyesight, I think it was about over a year, but some of my friends, it's been, you know, Cassie was pretty quick, but some other people are pretty quick. But for me, it took a little over a year for that to happen. But yeah, so you just never know when it's your time.
Been a trainer for 30 years, and since I've been in my 70s, my focus has been on functional training and really helping people, how I say it, stay younger, grow younger while they're growing older. So now I have another thing to offer, not only my clients, but friends and other people, that we can stay younger at a cellular level, not just physically, not just muscles and you know, strength, but at a cellular level. So I think that's really very cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to all live well into our hundreds, but healthy into our hundreds. And, you know, when we talk about the patches can help with decreased fat, increased muscle, muscle also equals longevity. So to have a long, healthy life, it's very important, especially if you're a female over the age of 50, that you are getting that muscle, you know, workout in on, you know, at least 3 days a week, right, Diane?
Right.
Like, yeah, because that will help you as you get older. So I'm always encouraging my mom, let's go to the gym. Come on, let's go.
One other thing, as we age, we lose about 10% of our muscle per decade after about the age of 30. So even young people like Cassie starting to lose muscle. When you lose your muscle as you get older, you lose your independence.
Yes.
Older individuals, and boy, if you can't get off the toilet when you're 85 or 90, you've really lost your independence.
Absolutely. Okay, say that statistic one more time.
You will lose about 10% of your muscle after the age of 30 every decade. So yeah. By the time by the time you get in your 70s, if you have not done anything to counteract that, I've been lifting weights for 33 years now, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. You see the bent over, you know, backs and everything. So it's really important. So now we have another thing, we can get younger at the cellular level, not just physically.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we have like something to accelerate it a little bit so we can get results quicker. That's always fun. Right.
I wasn't expecting my daughter to even notice something. I noticed a little bit, but I thought, still a long way to go. But that was pretty funny, actually.
Well, I absolutely noticed a difference when I saw you last, and I would say you're in your late 50s, honestly. You look beautiful inside and out. So thank you for sharing so much, ladies. And do we have any questions that I can support anybody with? You can either unmute yourself, or did we have any in the chat, Renata?
No, we did not.
Okay. Anybody have any questions I can support you with?
I think somebody had a question, didn't they, in the chat? I forgot. I didn't see the name.
Didn't see one.
Oh, Joni. Joni, you want to unmute?
Oh, do you wear in the water?
Oh, just saw that.
Yeah,
one.
sorry, I didn't know. I didn't unmute because I didn't know if you could hear the stuff in the background. But no, I was just wondering, like, can you get them wet? If you go swimming, take a shower, do you take them on? Do you take them off? Like, what do you do for that?
That's a great question. So in the morning, I put them on when I brush my teeth, and I go work out and I sweat and I come home and take a shower. If they fall off, because shall I just say, the patches in some locations may fall off more than other locations. Just dry them, put a Band-Aid over it, and put it back on with a Band-Aid, and just, enjoy it the rest of the day. So it can get wet, it can go in the pool. It might float away in the pool. So you might want to take it off when you're in the pool, and then just have your Band-Aid and put it back on when, but I mean, the Olympic swimmers wore our patches. So yeah, so it's definitely, you can wear it in the pool.
And something I learned recently, I always thought, well, maybe that the water might affect it or something, but actually it's basically 2 pieces of the plastic with the crystal lattice in the center. One side is sticky, one side smooth. So nothing can damage it. So even if it does get wet, like she said, you can just put it back on. It's nothing's hurting the crystals and stuff that are inside.
Absolutely. That's a great question. And again, if you that might be that small percentage that is allergic to the adhesive, you can put it, you know, inside your clothing somewhere. Any other questions I could support you guys with?
Christy, no question, but I forgot to tell you something.
Yeah.
2 weeks after I started using the patches, I totally forgot. The arthritis in this finger, the pain is gone.
Completely gone. Wow, that's quick.
Yeah.
That's quick. Amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's the only place you have arthritis?
No, I've got it in the other finger, and it's down from about a 10 on the pain scale down to about a 3.
Wonderful. That's great. Well, that will go away in time for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Wow. I have to share a story. My friend Denny, he's almost 80 years old, and he was doing something where he electrocuted his hand. Like he had something electrocuted. It went through his ring. It put a hole in his ring, and it left injury to his finger, but his finger did not, like, no serious injury. He was like, I got to get this ring off. He got the ring off somehow. The next day, he put X39 right there on his hand. The next day, you can't even see that he had an injury to his finger. Now, he had been activating his stem cells for several months, and but he put a hole in his ring in the metal. It went all the way through, and it damaged his hand. And the next day, it was completely gone. See, this is why we need to activate our stem cells.
Seriously, maybe we need to ask David to do a test. You know how the X39 creates a Faraday cage around you, protects you with 5G. I wonder if the patch is doing like that to protect us from electricity or something.
Yes, that might be the case, but yeah, I couldn't believe it. So now he wears his ring as kind of a testimony to show people, look what happened. And this is my picture 24 hours later.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, okay. So if we don't have any questions, I do want to,
So I want to say something, and then Tony has the thing. So just a reminder to everybody, 3 important things: consistency,
Yes.
wearing them day in, day, morning, take them off at night, morning, take them off. Consistency, like Christy said, give your body time. And the third thing, really important, is to hydrate well and making sure you're using electrolytes or something, good quality water. So
yes, in a new patch every day.
Correct.
Not the same one again. You can put the same one on your pet, but a new patch every day. Very good. Thank you for sharing that. And if you would like to get started with us, please get back to the person that invited you. They will get you the best way to get started for you and your budget. But again, it's about $4, less than $4 a day. And how many guests do we have on tonight?
Real quick, Joni had another question.
Well, I was just thinking, like, my mom and my sister are both breast cancer survivors, but on the medications that they have to be on, and it wreaks havoc, obviously, with the body. So for something like that, is that something, I know Debbie and I've talked before, like, is that something where you would put it just on the spine area, or what would you do for something like that if it's not necessarily a certain area on the body that
okay.
is wreaking havoc?
First of all, is the medication they're on, is it a chemo, or is
no,
it a chemo?
It's the hormone blockers.
Okay.
But not chemo.
Okay. So the patch is going to work systemically throughout the whole body. Okay. But I would ask the doctor if it's okay that they activate their own stem cells.
Yeah.
Being on that kind of medication for cancer. But we do have other patches too that can help in case they're like, no, activating your own stem cells, which I'm pretty sure usually they just say if you're going through radiation or going through chemo, not to use them.
Right.
X39 rather. Yeah. But it's going to work systemically. So if it's all over body pain, we have, some things that can help with that. And it might be that they need some additional supporting patches for a little while too.
Right.
Because we have that for pain and inflammation. Good question. Any other questions I can support you guys with? So make sure you get in the testimonial group. Make sure to check out that link. And then, do we have any guests on?
Two.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you doing the wheel, or am I saying a number?
I'm good. I'm doing a wheel. So we've got Joni.
We're getting really fancy. Oh, look at that. This is so cool. Okay. You ready, guys? Ladies? Where are all the gentlemen at? That's what I want to know.
Annalise.
Yay! Annalise, who invited you to the Zoom?
I believe it was Carrie.
Carrie, I
Carrie,
believe her name
wonderful.
was.
Wonderful. Well, Carrie knows the deal. She has winners all the time. So just get your full name and address to her, and I will pop it in the mail tomorrow. It'll be a week supply of X39. And just wanted you guys to know that we're going to be doing this next Tuesday, same time, same link. And so if you liked what you saw tonight, just patch it forward. And I appreciate all your time, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up and supporting this. And let's go out there and just make a difference and a ripple effect in people's lives. Take care. Thank you, Renata, for helping in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. I love
Thanks for coming tonight.
And it will be recorded, and we're going to have our own Zoom channel thanks to Renata. So it will be on our Zoom channel. I'm sure it's
YouTube channel.
Oh, YouTube channel. Sorry. And I'm sure it's going to be called Team Freedom Community.
It will.
Just a guess. So our YouTube channel will be up and running soon. Thanks to Renata. So thanks again, you guys, for everything. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.